Ba, ba, ba. Out on my speed. Yo, yo, yo. Let me read these in here, actually. Yo, 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 yo. Let me see. Give a couple of seconds for people to get in here. Just gonna be me rolling today, flying solo on this beautiful Monday, April 18th, 2022. Monday, man. NBA playoffs are fully underway. Gonna talk NBA playoffs. 10 days out from the NFL draft. That's coming up soon. This is once you get to this 10 days out, this week out, it's when you're gonna see a lot of hot takes, a lot of sources starting to come out about trades and this and that. It'll be exciting as always. Always a great time for everyone to root for their teams. Everybody's got a chance. Everybody's excited about bringing in new talent. Draft's always fun. It's gonna be out in Vegas this year. Should be dope. What else we had? We had the RBC Invitational that Rory won. Is it Rory or Spieth? Spieth, yeah, won. We got F1. Woo-hoo! We got F1 in sprint week, baby. F1, we got OTA starting today for a bunch of teams. A lot of big names won't be showing up. Want some big money. A lot to talk about. Potential quarterbacks on the move. Stephon Gilmore officially signs his deal. In Indy, should be hearing from him today. The Indy media. What else, man? What else? A lot going on. Obviously, this is kind of USFL. So I was actually flipping back and forth from the NBA playoffs to the USFL. NBA playoffs, USFL. That just lets you know how much of a football addict I was. And some good things, some great things that I can take away from the USFL opening weekend. Some not so good things. Obviously going to talk about me and AB last time we were on here on Thursday. Talked a lot about fan interaction and fans and players and how they interact. And obviously what a lot of people are talking about is Kyrie back in Boston. You knew it was going to be, some tension there. It's going to be interesting to see how much Kyrie gets fined. Obviously, I'm going to give my thoughts about that. I wish AB was here to have that conversation, but AB, like I said earlier, will be out for today's episode. He's enjoying some family time, family business right now. I'll be back on the other side of see people already throwing in that Kyrie hate in here. Boy, whoo, Kyrie really get under y'all skin, huh? Training camp for the WNBA opened up. That's going to be exciting. It's going to be another exciting year for the WNBA. I love to see their numbers continue to rise. As long as we continue, obviously, putting them out there, those numbers will only grow. It's a great brand of basketball. But I'll catch y'all on the other side of the intro. Obviously, as always, throw your questions in the chat. Once I get through talking about the things that I'm talking about, definitely going to take a lot of questions and comments, hopefully from the comment section. Maybe Tone may throw something in there from Twitter with the hashtag M2M Live. Be live until noon, man. So tell a friend to tell a friend. See you on the other side. Yo. Another thing, NBA awards. The finalists came out. The list of finalists is 3 in every category. There was some names obviously left off this list. Man, some names left off this list, but we're gonna get to it. I saw somebody just put in the chat. I did drop some. Was it Friday? Some flashback Friday footage of an epic karaoke performance. Probably in the top, might make the top 5. It might make the top 5. I don't know. I don't know if you got to see it or not. It's on my Twitter. It's on my Instagram. And I'll tell you this. If you don't have at least one drunk karaoke video on your phone, you ain't doing this life thing right, man. Get your priorities in order. Now, I wouldn't say drunk. Everybody doesn't have to drink, or maybe you're on the other side of that. You know, maybe you need to stay away from the drinks. But just enjoying yourself some good karaoke. It's a great time, man. We know what music does to us. So I was in my zone, man. I was actually on a vacation we take every year with agency. So, teammates and other guys around the league, and we go in whatever resort we in and take over these functions, and it's a good time. It's a good time. Do yourself a favor and go check that video out. Tone might throw it in here. If it's in here before the end of the show, I'll show it at the end. But let's get to these NBA season awards. We're gonna talk about the playoffs a little bit. So we got the MVP, the finalists, the 3 finalists: Giannis, Embiid, Joker. All 3 of these guys, first of all, amazing that it's 3 international players. Like, Giannis, obviously Greek freak, Joel from Africa. That's incredible. So the global growth of the game is doing wonders in the NBA already. Obviously got Luka in the league as well, and other names. But Giannis, Joel, and Joker, all 3 of these guys are deserving. If I had to pick one, I go to Embiid. Defensive Player of the Year, we got Bridges, Gobert, and Marcus Smart. If I had to go one there, I go Marcus Smart on that one. NBA Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley. 3 great finalists. I don't think you go wrong either way. I go with Cade. I think he did more with less in Detroit. He was the obvious number 1 pick, and he did everything that you wanted. He plays well beyond his years. Evan Mobley, they did some great things in Cleveland as well. Him and Darius Garland really pulling things out there. Scotty Barnes had a great rookie year in Toronto as well, but I would go with Cade. 6th Man of the Year, we got Tyler Hero, Cam Johnson, Kevin Love. I'm going with Hero. We already know the Heat, baby. Most Improved Player, Darius Garland, Ja Morant, DeJounte Murray. Now here, I may be wrong in this, but I don't even think Ja Morant should be on this list. Yes, he made a huge jump from last year to this year. But he was a number 2 pick. You're the number 2 pick in the NBA draft. Like, I mean, you did make a great jump. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like this award should be reserved for some other guys, man. I think Jordan Poole could have been a guy that's on this list. You go from being in the G League to, being, obviously Steph missed a lot of time. Clay was kind of getting back late in the season. Jordan Poole took huge leaps this season. I think Poole could have been on that list. It's another name that is escaping me right now, but I don't like Ja on this list, on the Most Improved list. Not a fan of that one right there. But if I had to pick one out of here, I go Darius Garland. Had an excellent year. All-star. Nobody expected the success that Cleveland had. Didn't make the playoffs, made the play-in, but Garland, I give him the award there. And then Coach of the Year, Taylor Jenkins out in Memphis. Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Top 15 greatest coach all time right there. And then Monty Williams out in Phoenix. I'm going to go Monty Williams there. Just from wire to wire, been dominant, set a record for most wins. Coming off the heels of last year, where I gave him the award last year. I think Thibodeau won it, but I think Monty Williams was deserving last year. You missed Chris Paul for a big chunk right there in the kind of in the middle of the season, coming off of All-Star break, and never slowed down. So I go Monty Williams there. So those are my award picks. These NBA playoffs, man, they got off with a bang. First round, my team, the Miami Heat. We had Trae Young and the Hawks coming in. Trae Young has been spectacular all year. one of the bright spots in the NBA. Ice Trey, one of these villains. He has a lot of interaction with fans. He goes into the building and kind of, thrives off being hated, being yelled at, being screamed. So I was excited about him coming down to Miami because I already knew what time it was. The most disrespected 1 seed in recent memory, but we handled business. I think we held him to 8 points. He might have been like 1 for 12, 0 for 7 from 3. Just a dominant performance all around, and what we do in Miami, it ain't sexy. It's just the culture. We're gritty. We're tough. Jimmy Butler led the way. Duncan Robinson did his thing. Hero does what he does. Bam, I need a little better performance out of Bam. But overall, great start for my Heat. Let me see. So, yeah, that was over at hello pretty much. So that's Miami's up 1-0 on that one. Philadelphia. They handle business. Maxey went to work. He's a special young player as well. Milwaukee, Chicago. Game was a little closer than I thought. I thought the Bucks would. I thought the Bucks was going to blow Chicago out of the water. Honestly, a little better than I thought. You got Steph on Golden State. You got Steph. You got Clay. You got Draymond playing together in the playoffs. I think for the first time in 3 years. I believe, and I feel like they're going to pick up where they left off. This is still my pick. It was my pick coming into the playoffs, coming out of the West, and it still is. Yeah, I like Golden State. They just been there before, man. A bunch of savvy vets, know how to play defense, know how to move the ball, get the shots they need on O. Going with Golden State. Joker obviously had a tremendous season, but playoffs, it's going to be different, and you don't have the help of a Jamal Murray. You don't have MPJ out there with him. So I think they'll handle business. The Mavericks, Jazz series, no Luka. Mavericks put up a fight, but you obviously need Luka back. I think Luka is slated to miss game 2 as well with a calf strain that he suffered the last game of the regular season, which I don't know why he was playing, but sucks. That really, really sucks because Luka's he's an animal, and he steps his game up in the playoffs. So hopefully he gets back at some point. This Memphis Grizzly, Minnesota Timberwolves series. Going to be an exciting series. Anthony Edwards. I don't know how much I've talked about him on this pod, but in my group chats, I've been a big Anthony Edwards guy. One of the guys I follow for my basketball stuff on Twitter at mgrads. He's been calling him the next Michael Jordan since 2018. And the more you watch him play, the less crazy it sounds. And I know we all know the finished product and what Michael Jordan was, and he is the gold standard. But this kid, Anthony Edwards, man, explosive, skilled, just freakishly talented, and his confidence through the roof. His personality is great for the league. So I'm excited about his future. Obviously excited about what's going on in Memphis as well. Memphis Grizzlies was AB's pick coming out of one of AB's pick. He took 2, but one of them was Memphis Grizzlies to come out of the West. I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't feel like they were ready. They're down 0-1 at home. If the Timberwolves can steal 2, that can get ugly, man. But that should be a very good, exciting series. Karl-Anthony Towns played great. He stunk it up in the play-in game, but showed up in game 1, so it was good to see that. And then, man, this Boston-Brooklyn series, we knew coming in. Obviously, Brooklyn is a 7 seed. Kyrie missed a lot of the season because of the mandate, got in there late. They end up playing in the play-in game, winning, getting the 7 seed, matching up with Boston in the first round. And these are 2 teams who are good enough to represent the East in the finals. And they obviously one of them has to go. This was a back-and-forth game, a great game. Kyrie, put on a masterful performance on the court, 39 points. I want to say it was 12 for 20 with field goals. Just super efficient. Just a baller, just a hooper. Tatum also had a great game. Marcus Smart had a great game, great impact on both sides of the court, and ended up making really the game-winning play. That I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch the finish of this game. You probably saw it on replay at some point, but one of the best finishes I've seen in the game, especially a playoff game. Like I said, back and forth. Boston was kind of, choking down the air, honestly. I think Brooklyn was on a 15-2 run or something like that. And for Marcus Smart, pump fake, sent two Nets defenders up in the air, took a dribble, stepped in. Tatum cut down the middle lane, passed it to Tatum. Tatum spun and got the ball off, and the ball goes through the net as time expires. I mean, just an amazing game, and the energy in that building was crazy. Obviously, like I said earlier, with Kyrie being back, fans being extra amped, and then to get that win in that fashion, that was huge. And then obviously the story, the talk of the town was, Kyrie and his interaction with the fans. And, he was flipping some birds. He was, you heard him talking shit in the tunnel. And like I said, we talked about this last week. And he said it kind of after the game, all this fear when it comes to competition. He knows what the energy is going to be in that building. Obviously, he's had choice words for Boston fans in the past. Everybody I know from Boston absolutely hates Kyrie. Now, if you're from Boston, you got a reason to hate a player that left you or whatever. That just happens. That's part of the sports. But outside of that, I think people hate on Kyrie for a lot of the wrong reasons. Some things he, quote unquote, brings on himself. But he's a different dude. He's a different dude. He's not he's a different dude. I appreciate him for that. Love his game. And his comments, basically to sum it up, I'm keeping the same energy that y'all got from me. I got it back for you. And usually you're used to seeing players, kind of stay above the fray and not get caught up in it, not talk back or not use certain words, or obviously, flipping off. We've seen AJ Hawk with his infamous flip off, I think, to one of the coaches on the sideline. But you don't usually see this from players, especially players of Kyrie's caliber. But I got no problem with it. I got no problem with it. You're in the arena. People they're talking shit. They're saying things. You talking shit back. You say things back. And it's part of it. You know what I mean? If you ever grew up, going and playing in hot, and this was a part of the conversation that me and AB had last week. Like, I enjoy the banter. I enjoy playing in hostile environments. You like playing at home, obviously, with support and all those different things, people cheering you on. But at the same time, when you go into a building, an arena, a stadium, and it's just you and whoever you guys got off the bus with against everybody else, it's something that gets your blood going a little more about that, and obviously a little more with that. And obviously, like I said, Kyrie did his thing on the court and didn't do enough. It wasn't enough to win the game, but I liked it. Now, I'm sure he's not going to like the fines that he receives from it. I'm sure the NBA didn't like it that much. But game 2, it'll probably be more of this. Now, usually when you watch Kyrie play, he's pretty stoic. Not a lot of celebrating, not a lot of shit talking in other arenas. Like, you watch here, get bucket, crazy move, crazy finish, and just, kind of jog back on the court, get back, play defense. But when you're in an environment, obviously a team you left, he said he was staying, he left. Oh, shit. Like, he lied to us. You know what I mean? Like, it's part of the business, it's part of the game. We talked about Baker Mayfield's comments about how he felt disrespected because the Browns told him they were going to do one thing. They did another. It's part of it, man. But I love to watch the young man play basketball. And probably right now, probably my favorite player in the NBA, honestly. And he was cooking their ass, and it wasn't enough. Jason Tatum ended up with 31, I believe. He had a great game on both sides of the court. Before his game-winning layup, he basically had, a game-winning defensive set. The ball got kicked out from Kyrie to KD at the top of the key. KD tried to get a three-point off. Tatum had excellent defense, and then they got back on offense. So it should be a great series. And like I said, I'm sure we'll continue to see the banter back and forth with Kyrie and the Boston fans. It's been a few years now. At some point, they may get over it. Maybe not. And I played in Boston for 2 years. I played in New England, played for the Patriots. And being a Patriot, we would go to a lot of Celtics games. I was fortunate enough. We used to get free courtside seats. So I was courtside watching Kobe Bryant and the Lakers against the big three, KG, Ray, and Paul Pierce in the finals. So I've been in the TD Garden. I've been in there every time LeBron came into town. When I tried to go catch that game. So I know how those fans could get. Once again, I like it. I love it. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to watch the rest of this series, how it plays out. My pick going into the series was the Nets in 6. And I'm sticking with that. KD didn't play great. He played better in the second half, but didn't play great in the first half. Ben Simmons may pop in at some point in this series. We'll see. But speaking of popping in, look at this guy. we got a surprise guest here, man. AB, what's good?
What it do, man? What's good? What's good?
Hey, nothing, man. Ain't nothing, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Out here in Orlando with the family, man. Was able to sneak away for a little bit, so I'm like, man, let me go join my guy, man. Let me get on, man. I know
okay.
It's some shit I want to talk on here a little bit this morning, but what you got? What you talking about?
I feel you, man. Hold on, before we even get to that, man, how Orlando treat you, man? You got a chance to hit the parks. I know the weather nice. I see you got the. Let me turn it to the side a little bit because I know this. Yeah, okay.
Nah, man. Orlando treating us good right now. This is actually my first time visiting the parks down here. It took me 37 and a half years to get down here, man. But we having a good time, man. Saturday we got here Friday. Saturday we hit SeaWorld. Yesterday we hit Magic Kingdom. Today we will hit Epcot. Tomorrow will be Animal Kingdom. Get out of here on Wednesday, man. But the kids are having a great time. Dad having a great time. My wife, man. So yesterday, man, rained on us yesterday. But we were some troopers, man. Yeah. We were some troopers, man. We made it through, man. Was able to stay to watch the fireworks last night. So good time so far, man.
Dope, man. Yeah. So I was just talking about that crazy I don't know if you got a chance to watch this game. You might have been traveling, but did you get a chance to watch this game or the ending of this Boston Brooklyn game?
So I was able to catch the highlights, man. I was able to catch the highlights, and I did see the ending. How Boston, they clamped down. Last possession on the defensive side or defensive end. Didn't let Kyrie get them shots off, man. Throwing 2 guys at him, and then obviously KD. Putting up that last shot, and then Boston going down doing what they do, man. But from what I saw, man, it was a great game. But again, man, that was one of my reasons that I said that I thought it would be tough for Brooklyn to get out of the East, man. It was I just felt as though, as far as the 1-2 punch, probably the best in the league as far as being able to put the ball in the bucket. But then once it just came to team, I didn't think that they had all the parts, especially with Ben Simmons on the bench, not knowing what's going to happen with him throughout the playoffs. But great game, and I think that series will go at least game 6 to game 7, and I mean that's what we want when it comes to playoff ball.
Who you got coming out on top? Pause.
I'm gonna take Boston, man. I'm gonna take Boston.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Boston. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough for Brooklyn, man, and then it's gonna be a lot for Kyrie and KD. Not saying that they can't get it done, but they're gonna have to come out and play a basketball day in and day out.
Yeah.
Neither one of them guys can afford to come out and have a mediocre game. They have to play their best ball in the offensive end and defensive end, and with that, some other guys around them gonna have to play big, man. So I'm gonna take Boston in this one.
I'm with you. I'm not taking damn sure not taking Boston because I think those players can come out and play a basketball game in, game out. You saw Kyrie do it. He did it pretty much all game last game. KD had a slow first half, and then second half he picked it up, but weren't able to finish. But I think they'll find a way to get it done down the stretch. I had Nets and 6 coming in, and I'm gonna stick with it. But obviously the story, big storyline from the game, and this was, right. Our conversation about this shit was kind of perfect timing. Kyrie was a lot of obviously back and forth between him and the crowd, and he kind of came in from jump like, "Hey, I'm on 10." Like, y'all say some shit, I'm saying some shit. Y'all like, from the hallway to from start off the bus, damn near. And he went out there and obviously backed it up on the court like he always does. Put 39 up. What was your thoughts on, I guess, Kyrie and his interactions with the fans in Boston?
Hey, look, man, I think it's always going to be two sides, right? It's going to be a side that people say, hey, look, you're the professional. Go out there, handle your business on the court. Don't react to the fans. Obviously, we had this conversation last episode, right?
Yep.
And, you was down for the banter. I'm down for the banter as well. As long as we keep it in good fun. If you want to talk about my game, talk about my game, whatever the case may be. But I kind of feel, obviously playing and seeing and being just a sports fan in general. Again, like I said last show, I think these fans get too comfortable. You know what I mean? I understand you pay your ticket, you pay your money, and enjoy what you pay for. And that was for you to come in and enjoy the performance of whatever sporting event that you're going to. I like Kyrie came in on 10. Like, basically he was saying, look, I'm with the shits, man. I'm with the shits. Like, hey, I'm stand-up guy. Everything that he's been doing, I tip my hat off to him because he's a stand-up guy. And I like it. He came in, he with the shits. If y'all gonna be on it, I'm gonna be on it too. But the most important part, what you said, is that he handled his business on the court. Like, you can't be doing all that with the fans and not handle your business on the court. So I'm for it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It was. I think we need more of it. I think we need more of it. Honestly, it is what is part of it. In basketball, fans are a lot closer, and have that, and that's why a lot of people, looked at the bubble and would say, they didn't have to deal with this, or they didn't have to deal with that, because when you're a fan, you can hear, like, it can kind of be quiet, and one person could just say, hey, blah blah blah, whatever. You hear that, so I appreciate the back and forth, especially if you can lock in and still get a team damn near 40. So it was good to see. Obviously it's only going to put more of a battery in those fans back. And you saw that they got quieter sometimes when he was cooking their ass. So it's going to have a battery in his back as well. And for the people, I heard Chuck and Shaq say some shit, and they typically say some bullshit, but people talking about Kyrie complaining or him obviously every media member in there was asking him about the fans, the middle fingers, or this to that, and he gave his answers to why he reacted the way he did, but I didn't see it as complaining at all. I didn't see it as whining, but it's Kyrie, so they're gonna put that on him, man. So
and
it's part of it.
And again, bro, this is what I dislike about some of the former athletes that are now on shows. You can hear me?
Yeah, I got
you. Okay, cool. Like, I sometimes, and I love that show. I love Shaq, Kenny, Ernie, and Charles, what they have going on or whatever. But sometimes I just feel as though they don't keep it a buck, because I know Shaq. I know, not even Shaq. I know all of the top players in the league complain at some point.
Mm-hmm.
MJ did, Kobe did, LeBron get talked about for complaining. Like, everybody do it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do it. You can look in football. Tom Brady complained to the refs or whatever the case may be. Everybody do it. You know what I mean? We can't pick and choose when we like it or when we dislike it. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, Kyrie's a stand-up guy, man. And to your point, sure, if the media, it's always going to be a problem, right?
Always.
The media asks you questions and you don't answer the questions, it's a problem. Media asks you a question, you give it to them real raw, and people don't like it, it's a problem, man. So again, as people say, man, you're not gonna be able to satisfy everybody, man. You gotta stand in your truth, man, and keep it moving.
Facts. And because I watched some of the press conference, saw some of the clips, and he was kind of like, hey, Like, come on, ask me about the game. Like, ask me some basketball questions. Like, everybody in here obviously wants to click and wants to respond to what was happening and why did you do the middle finger? Why did you do that? But talk about the basketball. That's gonna be a part of it. And like I said, I enjoyed it. It's just another thing to pay attention to in the game. Like I said, the NBA, they not gonna like it. They're gonna find them. They probably like it too. It's gonna get more clicks and more talk. So they like it, but they'll come out and say something about it. But anything else stand out to you from the playoffs, first round, first games?
You're Miami Heat, man, and you're Miami Heat, man, and their attitude coming out, playing against young Trey, man. They better beware game 2 though, because I feel like that young boy will come out. Hey, hey, look, I like it. I like the way it was coming in. Obviously they talked about it. Hey, look, we can't let this young fella run around and get every shot that he wants. We got to bump him. We got to get hands on him. So I definitely love that. It was one part where Jimmy Butler got the steal. Trace got in front of him, and it was a little skirmish there, whatever the case may be. I love that, but the part that I don't think people really looked at it. They called it. It was a time or foul, and it was, I think, a TV timeout. And Coach Sporcher was walking on the court. And while he was walking on the court, he had a big smile on his face. I'm like, oh yeah, that was definitely something they talked about. Look, we're gonna rough him up, man. So I like that.
I saw Kyle Lowry throw his ass to the ground one time. I mean, that's Heat coaching, man. That's what we do. Trae Young versus the Heat defense in game 1. 8 points, 4 assists, 6 turnovers, 1 for 12 from the field. 0 for 7 from 3-point. His worst shooting performance of his career. So, hey, like you said, as the competitor that we know Trae Young is, and he's shown early in his career, he loves to be the villain as well. So he loves to be in those type of atmospheres. So I am expecting to see his best next game. But I also know, how that Heat team is wired. Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Bam, especially with Bam being snubbed from even being a finalist on the Defensive Player of the Year. Eric Spoelstra, voted top 15 coach of all time, and then having the second game at home, being a 1 seed that nobody's kind of talking about. I'm not tripping on this. I should have had my Heat on it, my Heat hat on today, but I saved that for the second, third round.
Nah, I like that, man. I like the young boy Anthony Edwards, man. John Morant, man. Them young boys going at it as well. Also in that Memphis and Minnesota, I don't know if you saw it, but Ja Pops and Karl Anthony Towns Pops on the sideline. They talking they is, but in good fun, man. So that was good to see too, man. But I think we in good hands, man. We in good hands with this NBA, man. A lot of we got the old heads rocking, but then we got these young stars too coming out and making a name for themselves, man. So I like where we I like where we at in the NBA right now.
Absolutely, I'm right there with you, man. And while the NBA playoffs were on, the USFL debut, they had their first game. I know I tuned into the first game. My Generals lost, and I reportedly had 3 million viewers on the first game. It was some really some dope things that I saw. But this is from at Rick Saratella. Preliminary Nelson ratings indicate the USFL debut on NBC/Fox drew 3 million combined viewers. For comparison, the 2020 XFL debut drew 3.3 million viewers, and the AAF debut drew 3.25 million viewers, while the 2001 XFL netted 15 million viewers. So, hashtag alternate football. So I thought it was a good start. I know the first play of the game, Generals went up top. Got a bun. Come on, alert, DBs. First play, shot. Shot. They try to make a name for themselves, the coaches, the players. But, I thought it was a decent brand. The quarterback play is always going to be the O-line play was, trash. But some of the best things that I saw from the league were the ball, number one, having the first down rate. They have a chip in the ball, so you don't have to use the chain. So it's like, hey, 8 inches short, much better. I think the NFL should probably take that over. I don't know how you feel about that. then some of the different camera angles, having the helmet cam, having the drone. I thought that was kind of dope. Did you get a chance to catch any of this?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay.
Obviously, I would get on my phone every now and then and see people talking about it, talking about the catches. I forgot one young man. I think he had like 4 catches for like almost 100 yards.
Might
Was
have
his
been
first quarter?
Satterfield.
Yeah, Satterfield. I don't know if
Yep.
it was first quarter, first half. So I was trying to keep up on social media, but um, I wasn't able to catch the game or anything. And to your point, 3 million viewers. A lot of people love football. During this
Yeah.
time, it's there right now. So if we can get any type of football on TV, people going to tune in. I think it's good just to see that it is a market for it, and I think we knew that during this time, during the springtime, where if we could get a good league, obviously the business ran well, but the most importantly, have a great product out there on the field where people can really tune into. I think
Yeah.
it could be successful, and you hear me?
Yeah. You just cut out just probably last 2 seconds. Hold on. Let me see. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run this video real quick from this helmet cam. I'll let AB reboot real quick. This is one of the dopest things I think I saw from the weekend. Hold on, here we go. Hey, me that. So you see what the DB sees. You see exactly what the players see. You saw some of this footage from the running backs view. They had the drone cam. This is come on, Shay. Come on, Shay. Ah. 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 Get ran down. So these camera views are dope. They had about, I feel like, 3 different audios going at the same time. They got to figure something out. You heard the coaches making their call. You heard the people in the box, and then you kind of heard the players on the field. So I thought they had a lot going on there. Damn, what is that? That's some bagel in my lip. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, I think you're back.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Did you get
Nah,
a
but
chance to see those
like I was
clips?
saying, man, hope. Yeah, I did. Them camera views. I don't know, man. They kind of they. It's probably something I will have to get used to.
So you wouldn't like to
Kind
see
of
a,
get you.
a, a AB pick like this? You cool on that?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like to see AB pick, but to watch a whole, I don't know. Like I said, it might be something I have to get used to.
Okay. All right.
But hey, look, man. I hope. I hope they make it, man. I hope this is not a 1 year in, 1 year out type situation, man, for the USFL and for the XFL.
I'm with you, man. I hope they continue to do it right. Jason Garrett was on the sideline, former head coach of the Cowboys. So that was a big name I thought to have on that sideline for sure. Let me see what the TO actually Terrell Owens came back. He caught a touchdown this past weekend too in the fan controlled football league. So shout out to TO 48, still catching touchdowns. Marshawn Lynch, former NFL player, also now the newest minority owner, one of the newest minority owners of the Seattle Kraken, the hockey team out there in Seattle. Him and Macklemore came out. So Lynch been doing some dope things on the business side post football career, man. So I thought that was I saw that this morning. So we definitely got to throw that on here, talk about that. Did you see that news? What you think about that?
Yeah, I did see that news, man, and that, like you said, that's big, man. Marshawn, man, he's been able to transcend off the field, man. After his playing career, obviously he had a great playing career, but what he's doing um, in the business world, man, tip my hat to him, man. Just keep doing what he's doing, man, and he could definitely be inspiration to all of us, just to be able
Mm-hmm.
to the way you transition out of the game. But for some of these younger guys, looking not only have a successful career on the field, but in the business world, somebody that you can keep an eye on is Marshawn, man. So shout out to Marshawn, man. What he's doing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, OTA start off for a lot of teams today, and obviously we've seen a lot of people get paid. Most notably, these receivers. Shout out to Christian Kirk. He changed the whole landscape, and a lot of these receivers will be sitting out the physical portion of the OTAs. DK Metcalf is reporting to Seattle's, but Debo Samuel out in San Fran, AJ Brown down in Tennessee, and Terry McLaurin will be sitting out. I think Terry's showing up to the other stuff, but won't be participating in the field stuff. All seeking new deals. What's your thoughts on number one OTAs, and then what these guys are doing, how they going about their business? All on 4-year deals too, so they're entering their final. They were all second or third round picks, so they're all entering their final year on their deal.
Excuse that noise behind me. You can hear that?
Now you good?
All right, bet. But nah, I mean, I'm with the guys, man. I'm with the guys. You know, like you said, all these new deals getting done at that position. And these three guys are at the top. 10, 15 at that position. So business is business. We got to play that on both sides. So I mean, I would do the same thing. And then as far as OTAs, I think OTAs are for certain people, right? If you're a vet, you've been in the system for X amount of years, I think you could always get something out of OTAs. But if you miss OTAs, that's not a huge problem. You understand? Yeah. But as far as young players or new players in the system, I think OTAs does you some good. So again, if you're Darius Butler, you're year 6 and you've been playing in the Indianapolis Colts system since you've been there, and it's the same system. Mm-hmm. You missing OTAs, I don't see it as a huge problem. Especially if I know what type of player you are, what type of work ethic you have. I know you're gonna get that work in wherever you at. I don't see you missing OTAs as a problem. But again, if you're Darius Butler, first year with the coach system, even if you are a vet, if you're first year with the system, I would like to see you there just so you can get the familiarity with the guys, with the coaches, with the playbook, and just get to see how things goes on in the culture around the building. Yeah. So again, you just have to see kind of the as you always say, situations are situational. And again, man, I think it's the same when you talk about OTAs.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's you can, like you said, you can always get something out of it. But for those of you who don't know kind of what takes place at OTAs, first of all, it's different phases. So I think phase 1, if I remember correctly, is just like workouts, and then you have some meetings. And that's kind of it, really. You probably go through 2, 3, I think maybe 4 hours is the cutoff, and then after that, you out of the building. You just in Indy or San Fran or Nashville for the rest of the day. And I know for some people, especially if you're a player who maybe stays in the city you play in during the season, and then have another home somewhere else. For some people, that's kind of was my situation. I would come to OTAs as an older player, maybe come for a couple weeks, go home for a week, come for a week. So it was kind of off and on for me just to get, be around the young players, be around the system here, what's going on in the meetings, who may need a little more help here and there, maybe just hearing it again for me, and then go back home and work out down here. You have your own trainer down here, your own chiropractor, your own whatever. And then obviously probably family, kids, and things like that. So like AB said, man, situations are situational. But for these players, you got Terry McLaurin. He's going to have a new quarterback. I'm not sure if they changed coordinator, but possibly a new system. AJ Brown, same situation there for him, pretty much. Debo Samuel, new quarterback, most likely. Jimmy Garoppolo is probably going to be out of there. So view the teams, and these guys all earn their money. You already got away with paying them low by drafting them in the second and third round. So at this point, pay them their money because these numbers only going up.
Yeah. And I want to ask you a question. I know we touched on it before. Kyler Murray. I know you was on with Joy Taylor, and that conversation came up as far as Kyler Murray and said he wasn't going to report unless he got paid. And we saw Deshaun Watson get his money. We kind of wait for Lamar to get his money. And obviously what he's going to get paid this year, he definitely needs to get paid more than that. But again,
He on the books for like $5 million, I think, right now.
Yeah, he has to get a pay raise. He has to get a pay raise. But to my opinion, he's not in the Pat Mahomes. He's not in the Deshaun Watson. I don't think so. Josh
Allen.
He's not there for me. So again, I do agree that he should be getting a pay raise. If you're Steve Keim, GM of the Arizona Cardinals, what are you presenting to Kyler Murray and his team? And on the flip side, I want you to come in as Kyler Murray. What are you accepting? And what are you declining?
As Kyler Murray, we the bottom is 41 a year. We just saw Derek Carr get 40. So, hey, I got drafted 1 overall. I've done these things. We've gotten better. We've gotten to the playoffs. Once again, drafted number 1 overall. It's the reason y'all was picking that high when I was there. So yeah, and he's been banged up. He sees what's going on with his guy Baker Mayfield, who's on the books for 18.5 this year. Sam Darnold's on the books for 18.5 this year. So yeah, you got to get your money, man. 41 will be my bottom, but I'm coming in probably ask for 45. Deshaun Watson got 46. Mahomes is in that area. Josh Allen, I think, is in that area, and you're not on their level player-wise. But I mean, we've seen guys get money and be the highest. Matt Stafford was the highest paid quarterback, I believe. When he this was years ago when he wasn't on those other guys' level. So I mean, when your time is up, when it's time to get your deal, you get that deal done, man. Because these numbers, and if you're the Cardinals, the sooner you pay Kyler, the better for you, because the numbers are only going to go up. When Lamar gets paid, that number's probably going to go higher. Who else is up? Herbert, all these other guys that's coming in the pipeline, like their numbers are, the market is only going to continue to get more and more astronomical. So if you believe that this is your guy, and you can't be in a situation where you kind of in quarterback, purgatory, like pay him, and then continue to build around them. But you want your quarterback, now we talked about being there, OTAs and all this stuff. If you're a quarterback, you want your quarterback happy, number one, and you want your quarterback in the building and leading those guys, leading those huddles, leading those walkthroughs, workouts, et cetera, et cetera. So I think from this Cardinals standpoint, it makes sense to get this done before the season starts. You already extended Cliff Kingsbury. He ain't really done shit, that would say, hey, Kingsbury and Kyler got the same agent, so you already know how that business is there. So that's my opinion on it. Pay the man. I know you don't think he's on, those other guys' level, which I agree. But as we both know, we've seen players that aren't on the same level as other players still, that paycheck look the same. So go ahead and at least ask for your money, Kyler. And don't show up, man.
Nah, you definitely got to ask for it. You got to definitely hold. You definitely got to stand your ground. So yeah, I think that would be interesting to see how this turns out throughout the rest of the spring and summertime. So
yeah, and mind you, Deshaun he coming off not only the off the field stuff, but he coming off a year where he just set out.
Yeah,
like the whole year. Like once again, you're not Deshaun, but shit, I was in there last year. I was taking lumps. I was banged up. I done been hurt 2 out of these 3 years, so need that. Somebody said trade him, but once again, you trade Kyler. What's your alternative, man? What's your alternative? So yeah, man, I'm hoping these young receivers get paid. And Debo, if you ain't happy out there in San Fran, man, they'd be already talked about it, man. Come on over to Indy, man.
Hey.
Come on over to Indy, man.
Quiet as kept, man. Make that happen.
Tim Irsay's in the Big Bird. Speaking of, Gilmore officially signed his 2-year deal, 2 years, $23 million with the Indianapolis Colts, $14 million guaranteed. So essentially, what it sounds like is a 1-year deal with a 1-year team option, pretty much. Which I think is a good deal. I think it's a perfect deal for both sides. I think he still got juice left in the tank. I think we definitely needed him on that back end. and huge bolster to that defense and that secondary. So excited for this move. We still need to make some moves on the offensive side, obviously, when it comes to pass catchers on the outside. But I don't know if we got your reaction to this deal being done. I know you wanted it to get done. We both did. But how you feel about it now that it's signed, sealed, and delivered?
Great move. Like you said, I think both sides came in and got it done. Both sides happy. As you just said, we both talked about it. Definitely a move that we both wanted to see get done. Gilmore comes in, a veteran, played at a very high level at the position for a very long time. Think it's an upgrade at the position. So I think again, to be able to bring him in, along with what we have on that side of the ball already, defense is looking good. So again, we got that box checked off. Now let's go over to the offensive side, like you said, get a receiver. And let's make this thing happen, man. Let's make it happen. So, but I'm glad to see Gilly locked in Indy, Naptown.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so we should have the best defense in that division, at least. So, just got to continue to build on it. Obviously, I trust Chris in this draft. Now, Baker Mayfield and the Panthers, reportedly earlier on in the season, or early on in the offseason, should I say, reports came out about their mutual disinterest. And now I believe a Panthers reporter, I feel like it's Acquire spelled right? I feel like that might be spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's spelled wrong. You gotta put a C in there. Yeah.
But
so that's another 5.
Come on, Toad, it's a 5. But Panthers reportedly have the inside track on bringing in Baker Mayfield over from the Cleveland Browns, who have Deshaun Watson on the roster, Jacoby Brissett, and Dobbs, I believe. So they got to make a move there with Baker sooner than later. Do you see? Now, I went on Twitter and said the Panthers should feel great about this. If you're bringing in Baker, that's a big upgrade over Sam Darnold, in my opinion. Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
I disagree. I don't think he's an obvious upgrade. I do not. I think again, obviously you have to be a dog to play that position. But the people around you helps you at that position. O-line, running backs, receivers, tight end. I feel as though you put numerous amount of quarterbacks in Cleveland with what Baker has, and they have similar to better seasons than what Baker did. Hey, look, you have your opinion, Darius Butler. This is mine.
They've been in the league the same amount of time now.
Again, what I just said was playing that position, you depending on running backs, receivers, tight ends. I feel as though, again, Antoine Bethea, this is Antoine Bethea's take, that you put a number of quarterbacks in Cleveland with what he had, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, though quarterback could play the same or better than what Baker did. Could he be an up?
Hold on. See, AB started talking about bullshit, and then that Orlando Spectrum said, "No. See, this is the reason I would say Baker Mayfield is a big upgrade from Sam Darnold. Dumb turnovers. Sam Darnold's done it in college, and he's done it every year he's been a pro. You watch him play. He started off kind of hot last year with the Panthers and then fell off the cliff again. Baker Mayfield, last time he was healthy, he had the Cleveland Browns in the playoffs on the brink of beating the Chiefs at that. I mean, the Browns, I don't know when the last time the Browns, they done been through, everybody's seen the infamous Browns jersey with all the quarterback names on the back. Baker Mayfield came there, broke the rookie record his rookie year, got him to the playoffs, I think, his third year, and then played through injury his last year and stunk it up.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about him playing through injury.
No excuses, no explanations. We already know how we get down on here.
Yeah,
but
nobody cares about that.
Sam Darnold has stuck it up. His entire from year one to year 4, he's stuck it up the whole ride through. And you comparing that to a quarterback that got the Cleveland Browns to the play, like that's a clear and obvious upgrade. On top of that, I think Baker Mayfield was in the wrong offense.
To you. Again, what I just said, I think people obviously this is what people do. They hear what they want to hear. They hear what they want to hear. They hear
Sam Darnold is not taking the Browns to the playoffs. With any team Baker Mayfield had.
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know. That team that Baker took to the playoffs. With the defense, again, like with the two running backs that they have on that roster, I can't sit here and say that no other quarterback. And to my point, I can't say that. I think Cleveland Browns they did Barry did a great job, put some pieces around Baker Mayfield. And obviously, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about that. Like, I can't say Baker is an obvious upgrade of Sam Darnold. He could be an upgrade. He could be an upgrade in your opinion, but obvious.
He had some good pieces in Cleveland. He also had he said in his interview,
great pieces.
No, it wasn't great. It wasn't great pieces. Coming into this year, everybody had him winning that division. The expectations were high. Played shitty this year.
He didn't have great pieces. He didn't have
the year prior, but that wasn't a great. I don't even think Odell. I think Odell was hurt. You had the running backs. You had a decent O-line. The defense was all right. Like it wasn't like ain't like he had the 2000 Ravens defense and come on, man. He didn't.
Come on now. You getting over dramatic. You getting over dramatic.
The team was all right.
We both.
The team was good. It was a good roster. It was a playoff roster for sure. What I'm saying is Sam Darnold's not winning 8 games with that roster.
So what, D-Bud, did you hear what you just said? You said he had a playoff roster and he took him to the playoffs. That's what he was supposed to do at the quarterback. What are you talking about?
I feel like the Panthers had a playoff roster last year. The Panthers could have competed and got into the playoffs. The Eagles got in the Panthers should have gotten the playoffs last year. Sam Darnold's terrible. He's terrible. He's been terrible.
You didn't have Carolina.
This is the same thing. You've been defending Sam Darnold since the Jets days when they were talking about taking Zach Wilson. We should keep building around Sam Darnold.
I never said we. I said the Jets. Now again, this is why the media people.
Boy, I tell you what, boy.
I never said we. I said the Jets should build around Sam Darnold. Cause shit, in my eyes, it's going to be a few years before the Jets get anything done. But hey, who
a healthy Sam Darnold is a nah. I mean, we arguing, but neither one of these quarterbacks are great. I hate that people make me just go out and defend Baker Mayfield this much, but I feel like because the Baker Mayfield disrespect has gone too far. That's the only reason I'm doing it. We got to keep it. We got to rein it in. He's a healthy quarterback. He's a top 22 quarterback.
Nobody cares.
Sam Darnold's not a starter in the NFL.
He is a starter. Obviously,
he's not a starter in the NFL. It's been a mistake.
The past 4 years.
It's been a mistake.
So again, I don't think Baker Mayfield, and I'm keeping it a buck in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't think he's a absolute upgrade just because he has commercials and like you said, like he's playing injured. Like everybody plays injured in the NFL. Like nobody cares about that. Like he chose to play injured. He chose to play injured, and he didn't play well. I get that. I tip my hat off to him. Because that's what you're supposed to do. But again, like you said,
that's not what you're supposed to do. Sit your ass over there, ice it up, wait till the offseason. If Baker Mayfield shuts it down halfway through the season last year,
I'm not gonna sit here and
It's not
tell
even a conversation, AB. Be honest. If when he gets hurt, he says, all right, I'm going to IR. I'll be back next year. Coming into this year, it's not even a question who's the better quarterback between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold.
Look at here. I'm not telling anybody to just shut it down. Hey, protect yourself.
I am.
Protect yourself. I'm not saying that because that protecting yourself, your ass might not never see the field again. Hence.
Now when you guarantee 18.5.
Shit, he was guaranteed 18.5, and he talking about going to the Carolina Panthers now.
That's because he stunk it. That's because he played hurt, man. It's the difference between playing hurt and playing injured.
Man, D-Buck, cut it out.
You know what I mean? It is, man.
Cut it out.
But we're gonna flash back to this about a year from now, and we're gonna be like, damn. Try to tell you, but you was out there in Orlando. You know, y'all probably had, wife probably get some drinks.
Hey,
kid,
look at here.
That's probably why you got the shades. So you fried out there, man.
Hey, we gonna see, man. We gonna see. We're gonna see. You know what I mean? You think he's an absolute upgrade from Sam Darnold? That's
clear upgrade. The same way I thought Jimmy G.
I don't.
That's the same way I thought Jimmy G was a clear upgrade over Carson Wentz.
You thought Jimmy G was.
See. So I talking about shit by Jimmy. You know, Jimmy sitting them people after that. Sitting them people after you, man. All right, there we go. He back. But yeah, Jimmy G is a clear upgrade over Carson Wentz. But we gonna see, man. But see that Florida sun. As soon as you get down here in Florida, man, you start talking crazy. Sam Darnold, you still.
Well, I mean, I
guess
Chris Ballard was thinking the same thing I was thinking.
Ballard just the shoulder injury, if Jimmy G was healthy, it wouldn't have been a question once again.
Oh but my gosh, yo, but we in the business we made a living out of, we can't live on ifs.
If was a film,
that's what it is.
We'll be drunk as AB right now.
Hey, we can't live in the world of ifs, man. Like, yo, damn, man, if so and so was an injured, man, we would have won the Super Bowl. Like, nah, we can't live like that. We can't live in the world of ifs. So we that's one word we probably got to cut out of the man-to-man show. We can't say if. Yeah, you say if, you get fined.
All right, so right now, Tone leading the way with fines. I'm gonna stay away from ifs though. John J. Matt Ryan over Jimmy G. Period. Matt Ryan's our quarterback right now. I'm riding for him. I'm rooting for him. Matt Ryan's not a better quarterback than Jimmy G. I'll tell you that right now. But
anyway, I know you didn't talk about this before we get out of here. Errol Spence. Did you talk about that?
I did not. He lumped old boy up though. Had him looking like old Marty Mark.
Man, fractured his orbital. Close that eye. Great performance from Errol Spence, man. He actually had eye surgery. For him to come back and have a performance like he did, man, in his hometown down in Texas, man. I don't know if you watched it, but it was a great showing down there in Jerry's World. And hopefully, man, we can get this next fight between him and Bud Crawford, man.
Man, we need dogs fighting dogs, man. I'm so tired of this shit, man. I think, is it you the fight person here? I need to know, is it the fighters or is it the promoters, man? Because I got a feeling I watched a little bit of $1 million worth of game. I saw Tank on $1 million worth of game. They asked him like, "Hey, man, if you come out and say you want to fight these dudes," he was like, "Nah, man, I ain't even say." Come on, man. What is it? Is it the fighters or promoters? Why are we not getting the best fighting the best in their prime?
I think it's both. I think it's both, man. Because again, it's like, you know, you fight the best of the best. You fight each other, and obviously, you know, somebody gonna take an L. And I think, you know, the way the public or the way the sports world may look at that fighter after they take that L, I think they think about that. Whereas fans, we like, yo, like if you fighting the best and you lose against the best, shit, we not gonna take that away from you. Like that's what we want to see. And then as far as promoters, I mean, I'm not in the background as far as the history of boxing and what it could be. You know what I'm saying? So obviously the promoters want to lead up to the biggest fight. You know what I'm saying? If it's another guy that they can slip in there who's maybe not the best in that division, but will give that fighter a good fight. Hey, let's slide him in there before we get it to Bud and Errol Spence. You know what I mean? So again, I think it kind of comes to both, but right now, man, Errol Spence called out Bud. Bud said he's ready. In this welterweight division, Errol Spence got 3 of the belts. Bud got 1 of the belts. So at this point, shoot, they gotta rock. They gotta rock. You know what I'm saying? So I think the world wants to see it, man. The world needs it right now. You know what I mean? And I think it'll be a good one. I think it'll be a good one.
As a casual, I'll be tapped into that one. I know those names. So I'll definitely be tapped into that one. But something else I'm gonna be tapped into, man. Race week. It's race week. F1, baby. Sprint week at that. Imola, Italy. And sprint week. It's 100-kilometer race straight to the checker flag. No mandatory pit stops. It's the second year running. They have 3 sprints this season. This is race number 4 in the season. I'm excited about it. I know you are not, but I think we 5-6 days away. Friday is a sprint. Saturday is qualification, I think, then the race on Sunday. So obviously I'll be here talking about it next week. But yeah, man, some more games tonight. I think Sixers Raptors play again tonight. Obviously, some other NBA playoff games. Going to be locked in to see how this wide receiver market plays out, man. But I expect more guys getting over 20. The number for them is 20 a year, and probably 65 plus guaranteed. So that's going to be exciting, man. Hopefully, the corner market can catch up.
Hopefully, yeah, man. But y'all boys go get that money, man. Go get that paper.
Another USFL game tonight and all that. But all right, man, appreciate you jumping on, man. Enjoy the fam. Enjoy your time down there, up there in the O. And we 50-50 right now. We're going to be on Thursday, man. But for sure, see y'all next week. All right, brother.
For sure. All right, bro. Be safe.
Hey, before I get up out of here, as promised, the greatest karaoke performance on the internet right now. Okay. Hey, yo. Y'all know this shit. Hey, get the fuck up. Hey, get up. Maria, Maria. Remind me of a West Side Story. Coming up in Spanish, holla. Living a life just like a movie star. Oh, Maria, Maria. Every sound of good guitar, yeah. Played by Carlos Santana. Yeah. We out of here, man.